Oi, this is the Profanity Gnome, and I'm here to tell you that if you're under 13 years old, fuck off this video! Get the fuck off YouTube! Get your mama to get your dad's cock out of her ears and actually be a parent! This is for adults only! And for everybody else, enjoy the video.
Assuming Prime Directive.
So is this where we sign up for Mario Kart?
Yeah, son, here, and here.
Does anybody else feel that nothing's really happening right now?
Shh! That's how you know the writer is planning something!
This would be the tipping point.
The episode begins with RWBY and friends as they're traveling along the road. They're talking for a bit when Jean notices that they're about to approach a town that is not on the map and looks completely deserted. Considering everything that they've been through up until this point when it comes to finding deserted towns, they immediately go to inspect it and check it out. But it looks like this town was never finished.
Ren, of all people, gives us a bit of lore, saying that this was supposed to be a settlement, but unfortunately, the Grimm happened. And we might be getting a little bit of character development from Ren. Of all characters, Rem is starting to become the star.
So even though they know this town was completely abandoned, they decide to explore it anyway. Not sure why, but they do. Has anyone ever noticed that RWBY just kind of blends in with the background? What do you mean? Well, so far, most of the characters, even the side characters, have gotten at least some standout moments in these episodes. But RWBY just kind of is just there. What, she's kind of given a Hey Arnold vibe where everybody else is more interesting than her? Yeah, that's it.
The story later cuts back to Weiss, who is doing her charity auction for her father where she's singing a beautiful song. But is she singing it for the audience, or is she singing it for her daddy? Hard to say. We cut to the party where all the rich folks are mingling with each other.
I don't want to wear a suit.
You're wearing the suit.
I don't want to wear the suit.
It's a upscale party. Wear the suit.
No! So, Weiss's white stash daddy keeps showing her off to his uppity business friends while pretending to have the same problems as the other 99% of the 99%. Weiss keeps constantly trying to get away from this, but she keeps being pulled back in by the stash. Until eventually the pull to remember what this whole banquet was about calls to her through the picture of Beacon Academy. And then Weiss gets immediately hit on because Big Daddy Stash is no longer present. The guy's a douche and only likes Weiss because she's rich and she's got a bit of a body. And he doesn't even care why everybody is there in the first place. So Weiss tells him to piss off, because she, unlike anyone else here, was actually there at the fall of Beacon. And then, one uppity bitch decides to take it upon herself to say bullshit things about what happened, and Weiss tells her, "Shut up, you weren't there." And it puts kind of an odd stop to the whole party.
White Stash tries to end this scene by making a bigger scene by smacking his daughter in front of everyone, because that'll look good. And Weiss accidentally activates her super semblance and causes a giant white boar to appear, and it proceeds to try to attack the bitch who was making light of the Beacon situation. But thankfully, the Tin Man was here to Akuna his tatas, and she demands Weiss be arrested. But he just simply says, "Why? She's the only one here who actually cares about what happened." And while technically true, Whis is still gonna be in for it later from the stash.
I wonder how well Toon Logic mixed with your world's dust. Heard a hair on Whis and we won't find out. We later cut back to Rem and the gang as they're exploring the abandoned town. But then Rem stops everyone. They're arming for battle as something is coming, and it's revealed to be Jared Leto's Scorpion Man, as he proceeds to go 1-on-4 against all of them, and really kicking their asses. And then he stops to introduce himself, and while he does take particular interest in Jean, I'll make a mental note of that later, he's here for RWBY, whether she wants to go with him or not. And when they say they'll never take her, his face goes, "You serious? I just whooped your asses as an introduction. You haven't even seen me when I got serious." Speaking of him getting serious, he starts getting serious. They try to fight him, one after another, and even though they do pull the wool over his eyes every now and again, he is just too damn OP. Combining his unique bladed weapons with his scorpion tail, they have no chance against him. But right when he's about to deliver the finishing blow on RWBY, in comes the Crow. And now it's going to be Huntsman versus Huntsman. And that was a tipping point. It could have been worse. Setting things up nice and fine for Whis.
It'll also be nice to see Crow go out an all-out fight with this evil Jared Leto knockoff.
And it's nice to see that we're finally getting some development for Ren.
But I am starting to notice a pattern with RWBY. She's being played more as a wallflower. I'm not seeing much of character from her.
She does have a personality, but she just doesn't have much presence in her own show. What was her motivation again? I don't remember. But regardless, I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill just yet. Time will tell if this season's a pass or a fail, and this tipping point might be the tipping point. So with that being said, we're the Cartoon Gentlemen, the organizers of Chaos as Vintage Kings, and we'll see you all next time.